hear the phrase dead inventory, do you think of opportunity? Do you think of growth? Or do you think of stagnation of I'm not growing because I have funds sitting in a box behind me? Hi, my name is Sam with Loomis Card Craze, where I buy, sell, and trade all sorts of trading cards on eBay and TCG Player. And recently I came upon this adventure of YouTube where I give my opinions and my takes on certain topics, such as dead inventory. Dead inventory is a hot topic amongst my friend group right now, and those that I talk to is how long should you hold on to a card? Is it worth selling at 30-40% once you hit 6-7 months just to get rid of the item? Or do you eat it? Do you sit on the card for months or possibly years till that card sells? And what does that look like? So my opinion is it differs from most folks that I have talked to. I don't necessarily believe in dead inventory. I believe in inventory that has not yet found the right owner. Because a lot of inventory gets picked up, and even myself or those that I speak to are vendors. They look at a card and they're like, hey, I think that's going to go up. Hey, I can get that at a percentage off. All of those pieces, right? Yes, collectors are out there. They're amongst us. All those fun things. But when you talk about $400 or $500 cards, it has to find the right buyer and the right collector for that card, especially if it's a niche card. Like currently I'm sitting on a $300 PSA 10 Tom Brady card that I've had for about a year now that I could have sold for $150, $180. But I'm not looking for the quick flip, right? I'm looking to hold it and because who knows what that card's going to do. It could go up when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. I'm not hurting for $300 in my inventory where it's, holy smokes, I need a sale. Yes, you need sales to keep income and revenue coming in and continuing the snowball effect, right? You need to be able to have those pieces, but there's nothing wrong with having a few cards that you sit on. Now, with cheaper cards, like when I say cheaper cards, I'm more referencing cards under $20. I've started doing a thing where if they hit 6 months, I have eBay set up a discounts where it's buy 25 cards, get the whole thing for 50% off. Now, am I going to lose money on that? Potentially, but I could also gain a lot of money off of that. Who knows if the cards came in a bulk lot and I've already made my money on that bulk lot, I can easily just turn that back into the snowball effect and continue churning and burning. But I may also have a $15 card that I spent $13 on that I may lose money. And that's okay in my opinion. Because again, the topic of dead inventory keeps circling back of how much do you need to sell for your business to continue that cycle effect, that snowball effect. And that's what I've done my calculations on at that 6 months is, okay, on the cheaper $20 cards, it's time to put that money back into the inventory, even if I lose money on that specific card, because overall I'm still snowballing. I'm still keeping it going for the business, and I'm going to make up that tiny deficit down the road. Now, if we're talking I'm sitting on $320 cards, that adds up quick, right? Depending on what I paid for the cards. And that's where your cost analysis comes in of, do you keep up with the spreadsheet of, hey, I purchased this card for X dollar amount. Hey, I purchased this lot and I've already made my money back on the lot, where I don't care anymore if care is not the right word, right? I don't have a strong opinion on if I'm getting $2 for this card or if I'm getting $1.20 for this card. Being able to put that back in the business once you've hit that amount. Me personally, spreadsheets is something I struggle with. Keeping it up to date, remembering which card I purchased in which lot. I have analytics broken down in my spreadsheets that tells me month over month how I'm doing and what my returns are based on purchase rates, profit analysis, all those types of things coming back into the store, where I don't necessarily focus on individual cards. As long as I'm seeing a analysis growing month over month, year over year, I don't stress the onesies, twosies of, okay, I lost $2 on this card, but I made $10 on this card because it was a bulk sale. It was more than one card sale. Being able to differentiate those two has been quite a bit of time saver for me, being able to look at different alternatives and different ways I can spend my time rather than, okay, I spent $5 on this card. I need to go back 3 tabs to find where I tracked this card. Now I need to add this. It's being able to just lump sum it and keep the snowball going. Another piece I want to hit on when talking about inventory is there's a difference between dead inventory and cards you think are going to hit that specific dollar amount. For example, as 151 currently rises, like we all know it is, right? I have several Charizard EXs that I am sitting on that technically is dead inventory because I've been holding them for over 6 months. But I strongly believe these cards are going to hit a certain dollar amount by a certain time frame. And once they hit that dollar amount, I'll go ahead and list the cards and I will flip them, and that money will come back into the inventory. When I look at those analysis of, okay, I'm sitting on 5 Charizard EXs, I spent $200 on them, that's $1,000. When I'm looking at my cost analysis of sitting on $1,000 for 6 months rather than let's just say the 15% I could have made off that, with what the exponential raises I think that specific card is going to do, I'm going to see higher profits sitting on that card. Now, don't get me wrong, I could list the card right now and it would sell at the price that it's at, right? But I think once it hits that marker that I'm looking for, I'll sell half, get the money back that I spent into it, put that back in the store, and I will continue to sit on the other cards until it hits my next threshold. The next point where I think, okay, I'm going to get off this card so I can continue to grow, so it continue to snowball the effect. However, I think based on the current market and what it's going to do in the next 3 months, I'll see higher rate of returns on that card than I would if I was to buy a collection and flip that collection. So every decision that I make has a strategic element to it, and I would encourage you, if you've gone this far down the rabbit hole and you are also starting your own trading card business, or you're already in this fantastic world that we found ourselves in, I would encourage you, do the analysis. Spend the extra 5-10 minutes that allows you to do the analysis, sit down, look at it, strategically make decisions rather than impulse buying, rather than emotional buying. Emotions aren't great in this space, right? For example, I had an Umbreon from Evolving Skies once upon a time. I paid $650 for it. Once it hit, $1,100, I was like, hey, I think I could use this money for other alternatives and better means. So I went ahead and I sold that card. And now that card is up to $2,200 raw last I looked. So when you look at emotional decisions, that was an emotional decision to put that money back into the business rather than calculating it out such as I have as I continue down the business path. Now I categorize, I decide, hey, once it hits this threshold, it's gone. It's no longer an emotional decision. It's based on analytics and statistical data that, okay, once it hits this, gone, it'll go back into something else, and continue to snowball that into various different elements of the business, whether it's singles that I'm sitting on, whether it's collections that I continue to buy and flip, or sealed. I have various different elements going on in the business right now as we continue to grow and expand. And it's exciting times. I enjoy these types of conversations, talking about dead inventory, and I enjoy seeing different perspectives. Not everyone's going to have the same thought, and that's okay. That's what makes this such a fantastic community and space to be in, that one shoe size doesn't fit all, right? Everyone has their own differing opinions, and they're not necessarily right or wrong. My way could work for me. It may not work for you, vice versa, right? So as we continue to grow, I encourage you to look beyond your own opinions and look at others. But at the end of the day, it comes down to your research, your opinions, all those fun things, right? Me, I'm just a talking head up on a camera that you'll never meet, right? So make your own decisions, do your analytics, and do what's best for you. And if you've made it this far into the video, I would greatly appreciate you to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hear what we have to say on other videos. And as always, my TCG Player and eBay links are in the description. If you want to buy something fun, take a look. And thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you in the next video.